What's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. Coming back from our second break of the evening, night, whichever one. Forgot to mention earlier in the break that, or prior to the break, that if you guys want to call in and join in on the debate, the number is 571-991-0566. For those of you who are trying to call in and give your opinions on a topic we might have just debated or we're about getting ready to debate, the number is 571-991-0566. But moving on, there was some noise made around the NBA today with some comments that a certain Charles Barkley made about the Golden State Warriors and Kevin Durant. And for those of you who don't know, Charles Barkley he's one of the most honest sportscasters I can definitely say I've ever listened to. He just tells it straight up like how it is, and sometimes it can be controversial. Sometimes people have an issue with it, and so some of you might hear Charles Barkley's comments and be like, "Oh well, that's him being this and that." But here they are. He said, "Man, let me tell y'all something. I know it's hard for y'all to let it roll off your tongue and say, when I told you they couldn't play that little small ball and win a championship, everybody they play was healthy, they wear down, and they did. I told you Cleveland was going to beat them, and they did. They have the same issues. Can that type of play hold up? The one year they won, they got lucky. Everyone was hurt." He said the game's going to come down to defense and rebounding and easy buckets and baskets down low. That's just my philosophy. If they win, maybe next time they can go get LeBron and win that way, and y'all can still think that analytics expletive works. Then he went on to talk about Kevin Durant, and he said he's making himself a villain by taking all these shots at Oklahoma City for no reason. There's no reason for that. He left. He's happy. Shut up. That's unnecessary. And then he also went on to say that when he was talking about super teams being formed in Miami and everything, he says it undermines the integrity of the game. As a fan, I don't want to have my team out of it by day one. I've heard people say it's always been like this, but it hasn't always been like this. Michael Jordan fought through it. Pistons fought through it. They fought through the Celtics. They are always stars who have stuck it out. Everyone wants to make it old against young. The only people who agree with it are the ones who get the superstar. They don't lose a superstar. Nigel, what do you make of Charles Barkley's comments?
Disagree with almost everything he said.
You say you disagree with almost everything he said?
I never agree with Charles. Championship team don't win. Jump shooting teams don't win championships. Championship teams, jump shooting teams don't win championships. I'll start there. He says the key is, what did he say the key was in offense? Is offense, defense, getting easy buckets, and what?
Health.
And health. So they get easy buckets.
And pounding it down low.
The team that just won it doesn't pound it down low. The team that won it before that didn't pound it down low. The team before that who won it didn't pound it down low. The two Miami teams didn't pound it down low. Dallas didn't pound it down low. So the last 6 championships haven't had dominant. 2010 they did, which was that was Dallas. So that's 2011. The last team in the last 6 years to win pounding down low was one team, and that was the Lakers. Mm-hmm. So pounding down low in this day and age is not necessary. In terms of defense, they were 3rd last year, 1st in 2015. Check easy buckets. They were among the league leaders in fast break points. Check that. So pretty much they check the box on pretty much everything except for the fact that they don't pound it down low. It's not like in other jump shooting teams, they're not in the sense like they're not bottom in the league in terms of shooting within 5 feet. I think they're 5th. They took 30 shots last year within 5 feet for a 61% rate. 30 shots a game within 5 feet is not just a jump shooting team. Do they primarily use the 3 ball? Yeah, they do, but that's not all they do. So I disagree with the jump shooting, and they won a championship. You can say whatever you want to, but they won the championship. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if everybody was injured or not; they won it. So he's already wrong there. There's no taking that back. And so, what was the other comment? He said Kevin Durant's making himself a villain.
He said Kevin Durant's making himself a villain because
So,
he keeps taking shots at Oklahoma City for no reason. He left. He's happy. He should shut up, and that's necessary.
is it taking shots if he says something? They go to Russell Westbrook and say, Kevin Durant said this. How does that make you feel? And Russell Westbrook said something. Is that really a shot though? Like, has he said like, okay, like they asked, he said something about Golden State is he's playing with a bunch of selfish guys. He never said OKC is selfish. He never said Russ was selfish or anything like that. They go to Russ and say, Kevin Durant said, he's playing with a bunch of unselfish guys. So does that mean they're playing with some selfish guys in the locker room? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means he's playing with unselfish guys in Golden State. So the media, and DeMarcus Cousins said this, the media makes you what they want you to be. And what's generating clicks right now is Kevin Durant being a villain. Kevin Durant taking shots at OKC. That's what people want to read. So any perceived slight, they're going to Russell Westbrook, they're going to OKC and saying, hey, Kevin Durant said this about you guys. You guys are going to take that. And so I disagree with it. He's making himself a villain. He's not. I don't think he's handling it perfectly, but I think it's more of the media is trying to make this OKC Golden State thing a rivalry.
Well, let me chime in here. Let me give my thought, because I can see where Charles is coming from, where he's talking about, jump shooting teams don't win championships. I think he's talking about teams that are predicated on their jumpers winning them games. Because in times when Golden State's jumper wasn't falling, most often than not, they lost those games. I mean, you can say it with most teams, but
how many games did they lose last year?
They lost 9 games last year.
Okay. So
how many games did they lose in the playoffs? They lost that all combined.
I'm saying, but you're saying like most times you said, what did you say? You said
more often than not, when they miss jumpers, they lose.
So you're saying 9 games out of 82 they lost because their jump shot was that's a good percentage here.
But the problem is they didn't finish it off in the postseason.
Yeah, but the thing is,
the key to his statement wasn't saying that jump shooting teams don't win games. He said they don't win championships.
And who won in 2015?
They did.
Exactly.
But the problem is, his premise is that they can't do it consistently. That was his premise.
Brendan, if they weren't 4 points away from winning a second one, if they got knocked out or in the first round or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, Charles has a point. They were 4 points away from back-to-back. So it's not like they were better than 29 other teams. So saying they don't win championships is kind of like...
Charles' point is that if you put them up against a LeBron James team more often than not, because they're a jump shooting team, and LeBron's a guy that can get to the basket and will get you buckets in the lane, along with Kyrie Irving, they will win most games because they are not begging on their jump shot falling in. And if you play them tough and rough them up like they did, like Cleveland did in the finals, they will start missing. That's what happened with Steph Curry. That's what happened with Klay Thompson.
So
and
what happened in the Western Conference Finals?
What
happened in the Western Conference Finals? They were played tough. They were switched on everything. They were contested. What happened?
They went off in Game 6. They started hitting jumpers.
No, they didn't go off in Game 6. They won 3 in a row and won that series.
But they went off a game that was everybody anticipated them to win Game 5. Everybody was pretty much said it was a game. But Game 6, Oklahoma City had them dead to rights. Klay Thompson got incredibly hot and dropped 40-something points.
What happened in Game 7?
OKC choked.
Golden State won that game.
OKC choked.
So
I'm not going.
They didn't choke that game.
They choked Game 6 more so than Game 7.
Exactly.
But
they still went out and won the game.
They did.
Therefore,
jump shooting team too.
But
I mean, you're comparing 2 jump shooting teams. OKC's a jump shooting team too.
If they're a jump shooting team,
their best player is predicated on jump shooting. Kevin Durant is a jump shooting player. He can do either or, but the difference is he doesn't do it. That's the thing. LeBron. No, but I'm saying in that series when they came to Game 7, Kevin Durant did not get to the basket when they needed him to. LeBron James was gonna get to the basket either way, either or. That's why he was able to drop 41 in consecutive games. Granted, Andrew Bogut was out, and so was Draymond Green. When Dre got suspended in Game 5, Andrew Bogut got hurt in Game 5, so it was a wide open lane for LeBron James to get to the basket. The fact of the matter is, excuse me, LeBron has been able to dominate Golden State consecutively in both finals.
Yes, and the difference is he's won one, he's won.
But the thing is, the one that he lost, he didn't have his guys with them.
But you can't say they would have lost that game.
No, I'm not saying they would have lost.
I'm saying Charles Barkley.
No, but I'm thinking Charles' point is just saying that they haven't made a consistent effort of winning championships. That's what he's saying. He's saying jump shooting teams do not consistently win championships.
And my point is, they've been a contender for how many years?
2.
And they've been in the championship how many years?
2.
So, and they're 1-1. So therefore, once again, the statement that
so
you
don't consider them you don't consider them a contender the year before they went to the championship?
No.
When they got knocked out by the Clippers?
No.
Okay.
So my point is, saying they don't win championships is already wrong. It's not an opinion. That's a fact. It's wrong. They already won a championship. So, and once again, while they're pressing on the jump shots, they still get a lot of points in the paint. They were top 5, I think, top 6 in points, shots, and within 5 feet. So they're not just taking jump shots.
Let me get to his comments real quick about Durant needs to stop talking about. Now, granted, I can see where Charles is coming from also on this one too, because
I can see where he's coming from.
Because what you don't just say these things and not anticipate that they're gonna you say things knowing the media might twist them a certain way. So and Kevin Durant yet keeps saying things that
should he not talk about teams? Should he not talk about his team at all?
No, but you've already said your piece about Golden State. You said 10 different things about Golden State. Why you went there? Why you wanted to go there?
They constantly keep asking you. Do you just keep saying?
Just say you're not going to answer like Russell Westbrook did.
And
it's that simple.
Okay.
You say you're not going to answer.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook told the media straight up, "I'm tired of talking about Kevin Durant. If y'all ask me again, I'm not going to answer."
A big baby.
People don't think he's a big baby. People think he's handled this extremely well because he hasn't called out Kevin Durant.
Before this year, when he talked to the media, people call him a baby because he gets mad about answering game questions. And so it's like there's an in between there. You don't have to be Russell Westbrook and nasty to the media.
Nobody's telling him to be nasty.
Or Kevin Durant, where you just keep constantly talking to the media. Does he need to find a better balance? Sure, he does. But saying that because the media twists his words, that should be on Kevin Durant.
No, it's not. But it's like you should know saying certain things. The media, I love playing with these guys. I get wide open threes. These guys are selfless. What
is that selfish comment? I will admit that was you probably didn't need to say that.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be more cognizant. You've been in this league for 9. You're going on 10, and you're trying to tell me you don't know that the media's going to try and take whatever you say about this team as a slight to your old team, especially when you're the point guard over there was regarded as a ball hog and a selfish point guard that didn't get you enough shot attempts. Mm-hmm. You gotta be more cautious than that. I mean, granted, I know Draymond Green tried to come out and defend him and say that, yeah, the media twists up his words and stuff like that. That's why he doesn't want to speak to the media and stuff. It's like, what point does Kevin need to be liable for his own words and his own actions?
But once again, he is liable for his own words. But if I say something and then somebody twists the words, it's not on me for saying that. It's not my fault that they twisted my words and omitted something or took part of an interview and cut the rest of it out.
But it is also on you that you were not being cautious enough to know that they would do something with those words and take it and could possibly spin it in some kind of way. I don't think Kevin Durant is naive enough to not believe that or to not be aware of the fact that they could possibly take his words and change them however they wanted to.
I'm not saying my point is that he's not a villain for his words getting taken and twisted. And he does need to be better about the media, but him being a villain is nothing more than media trying to make him a villain and trying to make OKC Golden State a rivalry that's not a rivalry. It's going to be a rivalry.
You don't think OKC?
No, it's not. If they were two close teams, sure. If they were close in talent, sure. Golden State and Cleveland, that's a potential rivalry. Golden State, San Antonio, potential rivalry. OKC is going to be lucky if they crack top 4 in the West seeding. So no, it's not a rivalry. It's two players who don't like each other. Maybe don't like each other, but it's not a rivalry.
Well, right before we go to our last break of the night, I'm gonna read a comment from Rudy Henderson. He was in regards. I'm guessing he was talking about Russell Westbrook. He said Russell is selfish, and
no, we're not gonna get into this right now. But no.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can address it on the other side of the break. All right, y'all. KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. We'll be right back.